from Los Angeles. This is Montserrat Radio.
In the spirit of the war against fake news, Montserrat Radio presents The Fake News Show, conspiracy news and a different point of view of current events. And now your hosts, Benny Wilson and Thomas Christian.
Good evening. Thank you and welcome to the Fake News Show. This is your host, Benny. This was my third time that I tried to broadcast my show, and let me just tell you, it's very difficult, especially if you want to do it from your cell phone. Yes, I'm doing my broadcasting from my cell phone. And the things that I had to do in order for my 3 servers to go and synchronize and make sure that my broadcasting goes live using my own data. Because I'm not in my home, I'm not in my studio where I can actually do my show with no problems. Although lately I've been attacked with hackers and all the stuff was, the things that you know already. It's not easy, but definitely I try 3 times and this is my 3rd time, so hopefully you guys get it this time. Now, I got news today and I got intel. So I'm going to start with the news first and then I'm going to give you the intel. Today we have news from Iraq from the for the Minister of Planning in Iraq. I don't know if you guys remember, but back in 2012, the Minister of Planning was basically the entity in Iraq that took care of the implementation and activation of the private sector. They also brought up a article talking about the exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar. So this is a really huge news right now because they are about to implement the new exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar. They're basically activating, and they're about to activate the private sector inside Iraq. And I will try my best to find the article and post it on my Facebook page so you guys can read it. Things are still looking good. The only thing that I can actually tell you that I'm complaining is later on I will tell you in my intel. But now let's go back to the news. The other news that I also reported earlier today was that they were getting ready to, according to their news, because I just telling you, I don't like to really follow the news because this is basically what they want us to give. They want us to know. They just tell us what we need to know, not what we want to know. And earlier today, I reported that the federal police and ERD have a right in Baghdad and basically West Mosul in huge numbers, and they were about to storm and recapture a place called Masharifa or Rifa, Tammuz, Harmat, and West Mosul. And they actually provide the people on the article that they will basically 72 hours away from liberation. Let me just tell you something. And I want to make sure that everybody understand what's going on. I really don't care much about the articles and the news, and the reason is because we already know, well, if you don't know, you are about to know, that the RB will happen when Iraq is still on war. Now, there has been many gurus saying that the Iraq needs to have security in order to RB. Yes and no. And that's all the things that I wanted you to understand. What are those chaos and confusion and panic? You see, the chances that Iraq can actually come out with the RB, with the revaluation of the currency in the middle of war, are 50-50. Just like that. Why? Because I've been telling you for a long time that the elites don't care about wars, about laws and rules. They will come out with the revaluation of the currency when they feel it is the right time. And if we can follow the prophecy of King Clement, and I like to bring that up because I need you guys to understand this. if we can follow the promise of King Clement, within that prophecy, King Clement said that when things look the worst, that's what he said. They said that God says, when things look at the worst, He will bring up the RB. So that sounds to me like chaos and panic. And I will play that. The tape later on. For now, let's continue with the news. The other news that we have is that according to Iraqi news, they're all waiting for a body to announce this weekend the liberation of Mosul. I'm talking about Saturday. That will be tomorrow, late tonight. We believe that nothing's going to happen. And I'm not trying to be negative. I just letting you know that it's nothing going to happen, meaning that it will be just a symbol. If a body actually make the announcement that Mosul is liberated, he probably will do it from the mosque, Al-Nuri Mosque, because that was where the caliphate was announced by ISIS. It will be just a symbol, but Iraq will continue to be in war because they have totally collapsed the society, because they have, between Daesh, ISIS, they also have militants, people who don't want to be part of Iraq. They have terrorists and guerrilla from Kurdistan region. They have militants among them from police and Iraqi members who are actually don't want to be part of this, and they just love war. It's a total chaos. So don't be surprised that Iraq bring up the value of their currency in the middle of the war. In the middle of that war. So another news that I can bring out. Let me see in my notes. Okay, the other news that I would like to bring up is what this show is all about. And I will tell you the intel. You're going to like the intel, okay? So be patient. For those who are still basically looking for the right link, I posted the right link on my wall. I deleted those two other links. Let me just tell you. Hold on. I'm sorry, but I've got to update all my links that are live. Okay, there you go. So, I'm sorry for this, but it's not easy to be broadcasting live from your smartphone and make sure that everybody's synchronized. It's not easy, okay? So, I want you to please understand this. I don't like to broadcast live from my smartphone because of these problems. Sometimes the data will not kick out. Sometimes I got all these problems that my service won't connect, etc., etc. But anyway, let's continue with my information. Donald Trump has been disappointing everybody now. And now Alex Jones is reporting that he's even doubting the Donald Trump. It is another globalist president we just elected. And according to my contacts and what I've been seeing myself, what is going on, it is, in short, my opinion. This is my humble opinion. Donald Trump is not a globalist. As a matter of fact, he's probably more nationalist than any other president I ever met. But I believe that all these things he's bringing it up to himself, and he's bringing it up to himself because he's learning as he's administrating this position. He has never been in politics. He has never been in government positions. And he just basically thought, I can do it. And he's learning as he's going. And he knows now he can actually pinpoint the people he can trust and the people he cannot trust. And trust me, you will see a lot of changes in his cabinet and a lot of stuff that he's going to be doing. He's going to be about to do in days, in weeks to come or months to come. I've been told that he's really going to start, before he start cleaning the swamp, he's going to start cleaning the house. And trust me, he's not a globalist. What I think he's doing, though, is that he's trying to survive. Why he's trying to survive? Because if he's trying to be political correct to the elites, to the evil elites, they will take him over. Simple as that. So he has to be more, he needs to be slick and he needs to be smarter to actually do the things he wants to do. For now, everything he wants to plan to do, they're trying to get him out of the way, then trying to basically destroy every plan that he is trying to do. His economic and tax cut look like there is not going to be approved by the Congress because of the same thing. So that you will expect a lot of changes coming in his administration, including a new political party. You heard it right. Including a new political party. It can even be created by Donald Trump or people between Democrats and Republicans. It was already prophesied and it will happen. Trust me. So big changes are coming. Massive changes are coming. And April was a month of turmoil and chaos. But it's going to get worse as we getting close to the revaluation of currencies, which is the GCR. So, let's now go to my intel, and this is something that probably many of you people are waiting for. Today, I had a meeting with my contacts, and to tell you the truth, and I want to be very honest with you, I was expecting to collect my 800 numbers today. Yes, I was expecting to get my package of information of exchange and 800 numbers. It did not happen. And the reason is because they told me the all logistics were received by the banks. The problem was the 7 states received the wrong logistic, meaning that the logistics did not comply to their own state rules, the new state rules. As you know, we just went through a massive elections of presidents and representatives and congressmen, and every single state also voted for new laws. Banking rules, banking implementation, banking policies, etc., etc. And these logistics that they sent did not comply and were not compatible with their own rules and state laws. So they brought them back. Now, it looked like it was another delay, but what I know, and they told me this, that we are very close now. We are just there. We're in the door. So just for the solely one thing that they already sent those paperwork, those logistics to every single bank, especially in California, and they are not going to use them because basically they need all those 7 states to basically comply with the same logistics because they want to actually have the whole country exchange at the same time with no problems. Because, you know, we might have, let's assume that this guy coming from Minnesota and he happens to do his exchange in California. He won't be able to do his exchange because back in his state is not allowed for some reason. So they gotta fix this. So as you can see, it's not as easy as many people can tell. They are telling you, many gurus are telling you. And also I wanted to bring up another point. they also told me that the resources for the exchange, meaning, and I want you to understand this, meaning that the resources are the oil credits, their national credits, the gold standard credits, all those things that will give us the funds for banks to actually be able to exchange are already being distributed. Now, that might sound like the BS that you guys have been listening all the time from other gurus telling you, oh, the funds are, the Dragon family already distributed this. They've been telling you this for the last 5 years. And I've been telling you that's pure lies, pure BS. There is no such a thing of the Dragon family distributing funds and promoting and funding this exchange. None. It is between banks, trades, and oil credits. Simple as that. Gold credits. Simple as that. So one thing really caught my attention was that when they actually told me that they were basically distributing already the resources in gold, I asked the question, let's talk about the gold. Are we going to have exchange before we go gold standard? He looking at me and he said, we may do that, but eventually our country will go gold standard. It can be it can go gold standard before we exchange, or we can go gold standard after we exchange. Either way, it will end gold standard, because gold is gotta actually reflect and support and value the currency that we are about to exchange. Our dollar is not on gold standard yet. It is backed by gold, but it's not a solid backup assets. So we need to understand that fact. So what can happen on Saturday? It can happen that a body actually makes the announcement. Are we expecting the actual RB, meaning they will bring up the value of the currency? 50-50. Again, like I told you, 50-50. It can happen, it cannot happen for whatever reason. Would it be recommendable that they do bring up the value of their currency? Like I said before, no, it's not recommendable, because they need to protect themselves. So anything can happen between today and tomorrow. And anything can happen also with the Dow Jones. I reported the Dow Jones is again reaching 21,000 and may reach for the third time 21,000 tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. If the Dow Jones reaches 21,000 tomorrow, and then the next day it goes down again to 20,000, that will make it 3 times. And if the second day nothing happened, and the third day nothing happened, and the fourth day nothing happened, well, actually, if the fourth day happens that the Dow Jones goes for the fourth time 21,000, we may have another prophecy come true, and we may have a RB 4 days after the announcement is made. Are we still in a good position? Yes, we are. We are in an excellent position. Am I disappointed? Yes, I am, because I really, really want to get over this. I really do. I'm inside my car in the middle of I don't know where, because I just need to drive an hour and a half to get to my home from the meeting that I just told you. It is very stressing. For me, it is tough to put out, but I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for the people who has hope in this. And I would like to end this show by just reviewing the promise of King Clement. And I will stop it just to remember and just to let you know what's going on. So please pay attention.
All right, welcome back to Currency 365. All right, so Honey Bunny from KTFA was able to put something out of what Kim Clement actually said in his words. I put the audio out. Some of you guys probably can't understand exactly what he's talking about, but you did hear him talk about Iraq and the relief and some good things that are going to happen in Iraq. So let Honey Bun put it out. So let me actually read to you guys what Kim Clement actually said, okay? So Honey Bun says, for those who are wanting to know what Kim Clement said in his words, he said that the Spirit of the Lord says, I am speaking over the regions of Iraq and Iran and the southern regions, okay? And he said, the earth has shaken and will shake again. God says, I am speaking so I may release resources, and there will be a grave surrender that will take place in the months to come. I want to free you, every one of you, my people, to be able to stretch out their hands to the lonely, the hungry, to the poor, and feed them and clothe them. This is my desire, says the Lord. Therefore, there shall be a great break in the financial system, which we call the global reset, in the Middle East, the dinar, and they will say why. Let me repeat that. Therefore, there shall be a break in the financial system in the Middle East, the dinar. And they will say, why? Why now? And God says, when things seem at their worst, I shall bring it forth and I shall free them.
Okay. When things seem at their worst, that sounds to me like chaos and panic, isn't it? What they say when the word Lord that says that He wants to feed them, He wants to feed us, He wants to, wear us in clothes. He's talking about the humanitarian projects. There are 175,000 humanitarian projects on hold at this moment. 175,000 projects. And I'm not making this up or joking. Those projects are on hold because of this. And the Word of God is telling us that He knows already. And He did this before anyone, but probably the big majority, started with this investment. So are we still on chaos and panic? Yes, but not to the point that I think the prophecy was meant to be. I believe people will go nuts before we exchange. I believe there are more controversial stuff that we're going to see. I believe that people, when they feel like there's no RB coming, it will happen like that. Are we still there? I don't think so. I wish I could say we are there, but I don't think so. I think we need just a little bit more. Now, I told you people, my sisters and my brothers and my friends, that I was gonna seriously thinking about either quitting my show or continue with this wedding. And after a long period of time of thinking, after a long period of time of realizing what exactly I want to do, since I hate the fact that I don't like people to get addicted to my information, because I don't like the thought that I am part of that addiction, I decided that I will give this opportunity, this information, this opening of information from my part, I will just give in until the end of June. Meaning I will stay for 2 more months, and if it happens the RB by then, beautiful. If it's not happen by then, that's fine. But I will not stop my life into this. And I'm doing it because there are people out there who just told me that they really don't trust anybody. And it will be like a piece of their hope going away. It is not about being addicted to my information, but they really need somebody they can trust. And people need somebody they can trust. Trust is a very valuable thing to have. If you don't have trust in somebody, I don't care how good a business can be. I don't care how good a relationship you can have. I don't care if you have the most beautiful woman in your entire life. Or you, lady, if you can have the most wonderful man in your life. Once trust is not there, nothing matters. Nothing. No, it doesn't matter the love that you have. It doesn't matter the time that you have spent. Everything can go in an instant, because you don't longer trust that people, that man or woman in your life. And a lot of people has put up their trust in me. Overwhelmed. And I say because I receive emails every day. And therefore, I will give 2 more months. 2 more months into this. I believe we are very close. I even believe that we can actually make the RB before the 15th of May. So I will give it a try. Just 2 more months, that's it. I'm too old for this crap. But I'm doing it because people are asking me, and literally some of you have begged me. So I will stay for 2 more months, and let's give it a try. If you still want me around, let me know. And I actually asked this like 2 shows away, and they asking me, stay. Basically only 2 people say go away. So the majority of you have decided that you want me around, and I'll be around. I still have more information to give you. I'm not going to give you all the information today because it's overwhelming. But I will give you the information what they tell me that I can actually tell you, and the things that I can disclose to you, because that basically is what it is. I'm disclosing information. Right now we're looking at a beautiful time. Right now is a beautiful time to be alive. Right now, I can tell you, but without any doubt, we're just right there at the door. We have never been so close to the RB like we are right now at this moment. Believe it or not. I know my people. I know what they're doing. And I trust what the information they are telling me. And not like the other idiot telling you, oh, I believe that the information is just benevolent. No. The information that they provide me is not either benevolent or not benevolent. It's just facts. And I know it because I worked 20 years in the banking industry. So I know when they're talking about a lie. And we, the bankers, we don't talk about lies when it comes to business. We either said it works or we either say it doesn't work. For now, thank you so much for your attention. And I look forward to talk to you again in another edition of the Fake News Show. For now, thank you so much, and God bless everybody.